everybody, and welcome to the last fall episode of the Signal PopCast, a podcast that brings you exclusive coverage and the latest news in the entertainment industry. Welcome, everybody. My name is Katherine Rodriguez. I'm one of the producers for the podcast, and I have a very fun panel today with me. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
I am Alyssa Shotwell. I'm the co-producer of the Signal podcast, also the online editor of your paper, The Signal.
I'm Brandon Peña, editor-in-chief of The Signal.
Hello, everybody. I'm Troylon Griffin II, the co-managing editor of The Signal. Happy to be here.
Thank you so much, guys, for being with us today. Well, today we have a full episode. We're going to talk about the movie league, the Signal's movie league that's finally coming to an end. We're also going to share some of our favorite holiday traditions. We're going to talk about the Podcast Raider December edition, and then we are going to pitch some of the cool things we have on our website. So, Alyssa, do you want to start with the movie league?
So, last weekend wrapped up the movie league. It was 13 weeks, very intense. Yeah, it's wrapped up. So we have a winner, and his name is
Nicholas Arand, and he won a $25 gift certificate to his choice of a movie venue, and he selected Star Cinema Grill. So very cool.
And today, well, by the time you're listening,
By the time you hear this, it'll come out. But we will be randomly selecting, doing a random draw for all the participants who played in this semester's
at least 7
edition.
weeks.
Yeah, at least 7 weeks in this semester's season of Fantasy Movie League for a pop culture prize, which is pretty cool.
It has candy. It has things from Star Wars, things from other
Don't
things.
give it away.
I mean, I didn't say
I
what
mean,
it
at this
was.
point, yeah, I guess it doesn't
Oh, well,
matter.
by the time this comes out, they're BB-8 socks and a little Wolverine miniature figure. I think it has real metal in it.
Yeah, so pretty cool stuff.
Yes.
And so right now the award season is happening on Fantasy Movie League, which is just another couple, I believe it's 12 weeks of competition. You are more than welcome to join our league. I believe it is UHCL The Signal, and the password for that, I believe, is UHCL. If you're new and you want to join, or if you're already in there, you can continue playing by just doing your picks. There won't be a prize for this season, but we will be back with prizes for the spring semester, which will be happening, I believe, in February, or the end of February when that season picks up.
It's basically like a preseason, and for those that didn't join us last season but are interested, if you go to the Signal and you type in the search bar Movie League or Fantasy Movie League, there will be an article that will pop up that's not a podcast episode, and it'll break you down some tips and how to join, like this explicit instructions for joining our group, so make sure that you're in the running. And also the Google form, because if you want to participate, this award season one won't have an actual award, even though it's called award season, but the spring season competition, you want to fill out the Google form, because if you win, we have to be able to contact you, because we're not going to contact you through the Movie League, we're going to contact you through email, so make sure you fill out that Google form.
Yes.
All right, I look forward to joining next semester because I didn't this one, so I'll definitely be making my picks. All right, guys, is that one time of the year the most beautiful time of the year, the time of the year in which y'all can eat absolutely anything you want? What are some of your plans for the holidays?
Tamales.
Tamales.
Lots of tamales.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna eat whatever comes my way. It's very it's very interesting.
That sounds about right.
You're not pescatarian no more, so you can have whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's very interesting. I have been thinking these past few weeks about how, I don't know, every year it doesn't seem like my family and I have a exact particular dish that we make for Christmas. Instead, it tends to be, with the exception of this year, because people came to our house, but it tends to be Thanksgiving leftovers that we eat for Christmas, or sometime my mom might make some additional things that go with Thanksgiving food and stuff like that. But other than that, I found that these past few years, there's my mom decides a particular thing that's going to be eaten that day. I think a few years ago, or maybe it was last year, we had fried fish and fries for Christmas. Yeah, I loved it. It was a good foreshadowing of what was to come for me and stuff. That was pretty interesting.
Speaking about that, we have, by the time you hear this, we're going to have a list of staff-picked recipes for the holiday season. So if you want to try something new, this is your chance. Head to the website, see what your editors and your reporters like to eat, and maybe try some of those out.
Yeah, I saw that list. It's pretty. Like, I was expecting a lot of the same stuff, but a lot of the things I did not know existed. It's like, that's pretty cool.
I know.
Mine sounds basic until you look at the ingredients. You're like, whoa, you're gonna die, but it's so good.
My God. That's another thing. This is a time of the year in which, the best things happen, but also the funniest thing happen. So I want to ask you guys, what are some of the weird or fun holiday traditions you and your family have? Everybody has to have at least one. Brandon, you want to start?
Come back to me. I gotta think about this.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this is a relatively new tradition, but the thing is, ever since my uncle or my dad's brother moved to Austin, he's done this thing that his mom used to do. I think they call it like a tree trimming or something, where basically, the whole family comes and everyone puts an ornament on the tree and we just have fun, play games, play music and stuff like that. And so for the past few years, around this time, or for this year, this weekend, my family and I, we drive to Austin, and he has a new house this year, so we'll get to see his new cool house, and we're all gonna, have fun at the tree trimming and all that stuff. And it's very interesting because every year they're watching the football game, and I get sick of it, and I try to, and Star Wars is on around this time, so I try to turn it to Star Wars, and every year my uncle's like, "Stop, turn it back," and I'm like, "Okay." And it's funny because one guy even
Turn it back.
Oh, my God.
One of his friends even noticed. He was like, "You're trying to watch Star Wars, man? This happened last year too. How many times you gotta keep trying this?" And I'm like, "Oh."
I guess my tradition is more so for myself. I always watch Sound of Music if it's on, because it's usually on around this time. Either the classic movie version or the one that NBC did with Carrie Underwood. I
Oh.
love those versions. So
Nice.
at some point, I always watch it at least twice within this month. So I guess that's my tradition.
People are always surprised when I say this, but I've never seen that movie. Like,
What?
I love musicals. I've watched several of them, like different iterations when I go to live shows. I've never seen that all the way
I
through.
love
I've
Sound
never
of
seen
Music.
it either.
When I was a kid, there's a picture of me. It was for Christmas, actually. I was gifted the VHS of Sound of Music, and there's a picture of me just like all excited for it. It's like,
That's
I
so
love
cute.
Julie Andrews.
What about you, Alyssa? What are some of your weird family traditions besides the
I
recipe
don't
that
really
you said?
have like traditions. Well, okay, so me and my boyfriend have been living together for 3 years. So what we do for Christmas is like, and Thanksgiving, is like one day at his family's, one day at mine, and we just do whatever other people are doing. So it's basically we don't cook for a week because we take leftovers from 2 different houses.
Oh, that's clever.
I guess that's our tradition. Is we take food from people. Can we have a plate to go? Oh, cool. We go to another place. Can we have a plate to go? Cool.
Oh
That's
my
a
God.
Pretty
that's
good
horrible.
tradition.
Yeah, it's just
hilarious.
like, and we tried to buy like paper plates or something. No dishes for a week.
Oh
It's
my
great.
God.
What are yours?
Well, here's a funny thing. We do a bunch. We have a big family. Well, back in Venezuela, whenever we were all there. And every year we did the white elephant, right? But here's the trick. In my family, since things in Venezuela are just so insanely crazy, there was a point in time in which we would wrap like toilet paper in a bag or like coffee because it was scarce in a bag. And this sounds really sad, but it was so funny to open the gift and seeing like toilet paper and everybody fighting for the toilet paper.
Oh
My
God.
I
aunt
don't know
would
how
come
to
like,
respond.
it's okay, dude. It was more like fun than anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, sugar, coffee, like anything, any like people would fight for the
Essentials.
coffee. Like, dude, I'm serious. It was hilarious.
Since you left Venezuela, your family that you're living with now, do y'all do something? Like, if y'all do White Elephant, do you still do stuff that you would have done in Venezuela?
Oh no, absolutely. Now we are on game with our white elephant. Because they actually went to a white elephant on Sunday and they brought home some really nice gifts. I was like, dang. Anyways, another thing that we do is that since we had a lot of kids in my family, every single year a different person would dress up as Santa to bring the gifts to, my cousins, my little cousins. So this one time, it was my dad. This one other time, it was, so this one time that was my aunt. Y'all have a crazy aunt. Tell me you have a crazy aunt. In my family, she was a Santa. Not only she had way too much to drink before actually being Santa, but it's just hilarious to see, to think who's gonna be the Santa like for next year, and the kids believe it, but everybody else is just cracking up because they're acting up funny.
So one year you're gonna be Santa one day?
Probably in the next, I don't know. No. All right. Since we're gonna have some free time during this December, what are some of the movies or shows you always like watching?
Well,
there we go.
As
Star
I have said before, every holiday time, usually it's around Thanksgiving, but both Christmas or Thanksgiving, I rewatch all the Star Wars movies. This year's an interesting exception because, as we all know, ever since 2015, we have been treated to a Star Wars movie every year. And so, therefore, since they always come out around the time we get out for college or school, I would rewatch them during the Thanksgiving break. So when December came, I would have rewatched them all and I could see the new one. This year, though, since Solo came out earlier in the year, there's no Star Wars movie to look forward to this winter. And I honestly feel weird. It's like withdrawals. But I have Aquaman. Anyway, so I am going to rewatch all the Star Wars movies during the Christmas break, which should be fun. But I'm also going to be reading Harry Potter, and who knows, maybe if I finish all the books, I'll watch all the movies. Except the last one, because we have plans for that one.
All right. I mean, I already said mine. It's Sound of Music, but I do have plans. Since we're gonna have a couple weeks off, I definitely want to finish all the Harry Potter movies at some point. So that's my goal, is to finish those before we come back in the spring. So I know Alyssa's very excited about this.
Yeah, my smile's gonna pop out of my face.
Man, I wouldn't
If
want
I
to
say
watch
Harry
them all
Potter,
now.
she's gonna lose it.
Yeah.
I have an acceptance speech. I didn't realize till this year that there is a Christmas movie I watch almost every year, and I was talking about it the other day, and it was, I think it's called, I don't know, I just typed Mickey, and I know which one it is on Netflix. It's a good Mickey Christmas one. There's only like two, but it's the one from 1999.
Wait, is that the one where Goofy says that?
Yeah. I can't even. Yeah, but I rewatch that almost every year. And it's basically like 3 or 4 short stories but told through the characters of like the main Disney cast. So one of them's like The Gift of the Magi, and instead of like whatever it is in the original short story, it's Minnie and Mickey, and like it's cute. It's really cute. And another thing I normally do is I will watch one really long show in that short period of time. So like 1 year I did All of Friends in 2 or 3 weeks. It's really shameful to say, but I did it. Another year I did How I Met Your Mother. Another year, I don't really have one long show this year, but there are like 2 or 3 shows that I want to watch, like Killing Eve. Cable Girls has been on my list for a while.
I keep telling her that every single time.
Good, try watching Power.
And another one is I'm like a few seasons behind on something Midwife. I forgot what it's called.
The Good Wife?
No, Call the Midwife.
Oh.
So I think I'm gonna start the show over and just watch it all. And I got
do.
stars, so I'll watch Outlander and cry.
That's fun. All right, now we're gonna talk about our podcast Raider, the December edition. This is what's gonna happen. Each of us is gonna pitch one movie and one TV show, preferably new, that's coming out this month that you guys are excited to watch. Why? Which one do you like and why? Ready, set, go.
Or something that you recently watched. I'm just
Okay.
anyways. I guess for me, movie Welcome to Marwen, because it has Janelle Monáe in it.
Of
One.
course.
And it's Steve Carell, and the plot looks really good. It's a guy that was beat up by some Nazis, and he's going to trial, and he's trying to get the courage to face the people who beat him up in trial. And it looks really interestingly animated, because it's live action animated. And show, I know I'm like really late on this. I don't watch anime, but I started watching One Punch Man, and I have one more episode left, and that show's really good. It's really funny because it kind of makes fun of other animes, and I can never find an anime that I like because I make fun of it. And this one is like the inside of my head when I'm trying to watch a bad one, so it's really cute.
Well, for me, I am looking forward to seeing Aquaman. I mean, I did have to do a whole assignment on it, and I'm looking forward to that. Plus, like I said, it comes out on the date that if there was a Star Wars movie come out this winter, it would have been on that date.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, I think that's the main reason I feel like I should go see it. I just feel like I need to see a movie.
There's a connection, right?
Yeah, there's a connection. As for TV shows, I'm looking forward to Empire coming back. The mid-season finale aired yesterday. Huh?
No spoilers.
Yeah, it aired yesterday, and I'm really looking forward to it coming back in January, I believe. So that should be pretty fun.
Nice. I'm looking forward to Miss Bala, starring Jenna Rodriguez, coming out in January. I'm really, really excited about that one.
Oh, that comes out so soon?
I know. I was like,
I'm
oh,
excited.
I saw the trailer when I went to go see Widows. I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited for this. And then for shows, Killing Eve is right now what I'm watching. I saw the first episode last night. It's really good. I love Sandra Oh, and this just makes me love her even more. So you have to watch this.
She's on Grey's Anatomy, right?
Yeah.
I was like, why do you love Sandra Oh so much? I forgot about Grey's Anatomy.
When you've dedicated as much time as I have to Grey's Anatomy, you know why. How about you, Kath?
As far as movies, Mary Poppins.
Ah,
I
yeah.
forgot about that.
I was hoping nobody'd say it because every time we go in a circle, I'm certainly last, and everybody always says what I want to say. But yes, I was actually watching the actress. I can't remember her name, but she was on Stephen Colbert's late night show last night. She's really, really nice.
Emily Blunt.
Yeah, Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's really nice. TV shows, I don't know why, but I've had an obsession with Shark Tank. I've been binging on it hardcore. So much so that I watched an episode, I think it was Monday, and then Tuesday. It's very interesting. So this guy, it's December, right? So a lot of packages are delivered to your home. This guy came up with a box that you put in front of your home, and the FedEx guy has you put the lock on top of the box. The FedEx guy, when he puts the package in the box, he locks it. But it's only a combination that you can, But it's hard to break it. It's hard to burn it. It's hard to everything. So this is the old resistible lock. Anyways, everybody told him no. Next day, no kidding, I saw the commercial on one of the major networks. I was like, this guy made it no matter what. So I've been binging on it really, really hard.
I gotta admit, Shark Tank is in terms of reality shows, my guilty pleasure. Because I usually don't watch reality shows or game shows. But that show,
you learn a lot. I love real estate and investing and entrepreneurs.
Yeah, see, I like that's why I like that show and stuff. I like the business angle and stuff like that.
You'll see some bizarre stuff too. So
yeah.
I love Shark Tank. The only thing I don't like is that not the host, but the judges or whatever, the people that choose yes or no. Yeah, the sharks in the Shark Tank, they kind of, I feel like, it's kind of weird because of the president now, but I felt like they were kind of like the Donald Trump during The Apprentice, it's all about me, I have the power, but it's for them.
Oh my god, don't mess with Mark Cuban, man. I love the guy.
Him too. They seem kind of scammy to me, but I do like whenever they're not on that panel and you see them in the factory or something, and they're being more nice to them. I kind of like that, and seeing
they're putting loads of money in these people's pockets, so they better be picky.
I know. I just don't mean people in game shows and American Idol and stuff, and that shows all of them are mean.
Oh yeah, when Simon is really, really mad.
But I like whenever somebody comes up with an idea and nobody says anything because it's bad.
Oh my god.
And they have that music playing in the background.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Alright, now, rotating topics. We chose to talk about the website and a bunch of content that we just put out in this past couple of weeks. So, Alyssa, do you wanna talk about it?
So last podcast, this is one of the repeats. Just a reminder, we have a map on the website that's where to see cool holiday lights around Houston, Galveston area. We have a video that just came out earlier this week of Hawks telling Buddy the Elf their favorite Christmas movie.
It's so funny.
So we had Buddy the Elf on campus, and you'll see in the video, and he was asking people that. There's some listicles and quizzes. Make sure whenever you want to view these, you're on a desktop. That way it's easy to view. Things like unconventional Christmas movies that are not really for the whole family, iconic movie characters, which holiday Christmas character are you, or name that iconic holiday movie character. And then we have a blog by this really cool person. It's me. I have a blog called Alyssa Curates the Internet, and I just put out a new one, which is has must-reads now. I mentioned some books and TV shows. It's kind of like a very condensed version of the podcast, which is stuff that I'm interested in. There's, like Troylon said, he put out a timeline of the history of Aquaman.
Check it out.
And it's really cool. I don't think I've seen it since it's been done, but I saw it when it was really close, and it was really good.
Yay, thank you. And
then later this month, we'll have several reviews coming out. So I'm going to be doing a review for Potted Potter. Brandon's going to be doing a review for
Beauty and the Beast, the Theater Under the Stars production.
Yeah, they go hard. I have done several reviews for them, and their stuff's really cool. I'm excited we're going. And then we have somebody else doing a review for Twas the Night Before Deadpool, which was going to be one of my December picks, but I didn't have somebody else that's going to say it, so I do welcome them, Marwin. Yeah, so all the reviews are coming later out in the month, but everything else that I said is out right now. You can go to the website, UHCLthesignal.com, and check out this content.
Yeah. All right. Any last remarks? Any quotes? Anything?
Happy holidays, Feliz Navidad.
Joyous Kwanzaa.
Thank you for an awesome year, guys, and for putting, because this is new. This is one of our newest podcasts. You guys, I think, started this in January, or like a year ago, maybe.
No, I believe it was last year.
Yeah. It's been
year.
about a year. So congratulations on having come
thank
this far.
Thank you everybody for listening to us. Thank you for your support. I hope you have an amazing holiday season. Rest a lot, eat a lot, watch a lot of movies, watch a lot of shows, and we'll see you in the spring. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. Just like Brandon said earlier, award season started, so some of our first few episodes will probably be talking about what should and should not have happened in the award shows. So make sure you watch whatever things are nominated, because those will definitely be points of conversation.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys. Happy holidays, and we'll see you in January.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Bye.